Registering your purebred Arabians and half Arabians is vital to ensuring the integrity of the Arabian breed. Registration increases the value of your horse, makes it more marketable, and opens the doors to many local, regional, and national activities only available to registered horses. Today we will discuss the process of registering your purebred, half, and Anglo Arabian horse with the Arabian Horse Association.
The best time to register your purebred, half, or Anglo Arabian is when the horse is under 6 months old. This will ensure that you receive the lowest registration fee and the horse matures with their registration in place. It also makes it much easier to track the horse's ownership and accomplishments throughout their lifetime. There are 3 types of purebred registration applications specific to the type of breeding service that took place. Today, we will be focusing on the registration application. However, there is also an application for embryo oocyte transfer, as well as transported and stored semen. If you have any additional questions regarding the registration of your horse, please contact the registry team and we'll be happy to speak with you.
This registration application is used for foals that have been born as a result of natural breeding, pasture breeding, or artificial insemination. It is broken down into 4 sections: the dam owner's certificate, the breeder's certificate, the service certificate, and the markings. The dam owner's certificate is completed by the recorded owner of the dam at the time of foaling. The first step is to decide on a name for your horse. There are 2 spaces provided in case the first name choice has already been used. Then the foal's date of birth, color, and sex are marked accordingly. Next, the sire and dam's name, registration number, and color are documented. And finally, the signature of the recorded owner of the dam at the time of foaling is needed, along with their member or owner number, telephone number, and email in order to attest that the information provided is correct.
If the dam's owner at the time of foaling has chosen to transfer the ownership of the foal in the process of registration, the transfer for eligible but unregistered foal form must be submitted. This will put the foal into the new ownership once the registration is complete.
The breeder's certificate is completed by the owner of the dam at the time of breeding. The dam's name and registration number are needed. The recorded owner of the dam at the time of breeding will sign next as the breeder. If that owner has authorized another individual to be listed as the breeder using the assignment to breeder designation form, then this authorized breeder may sign. The last part of this section should be completed with the dam owner's or assigned breeder's telephone number, owner number, and the date on which this section was signed. The service certificate is completed by the sire owner at the time of breeding. The sire and dam's registered names and numbers are entered in the first section. The next 3 lines are to report the type of breeding and the dates on which it occurred. Enter breeding dates in the box next to the appropriate breeding method. If multiple breeding dates were necessary, please include the first and the last breeding dates. Don't forget to enter the year on the far right side. The sire owner at the time of breeding will then sign and list their owner number, phone number, and the date on which the section was signed.
The last part of the purebred registration application is the marking section. The markings must be drawn as detailed as possible. The boxes on the lower half of the form are then marked according to the markings drawn. Each hoof is also marked as being dark, partial colored, or light. The half Arabian registration application is slightly different than the purebred registration application, but many of the same steps are taken when completing it. There's only one half Arabian registration application that will be used for all breeding types. Similar to the purebred registration, the half and Anglo Arabian registration application is separated into 5 sections: horse information, recorded owner at the time of foaling, recorded owner of the dam at the time of breeding, recorded owner of the sire at the time of breeding, and the markings.
In the horse information section, you may request 2 name choices for your horse. Be sure that the name requests fit into the box provided and include the desired spacing. The foaling date and sex are inputted here as well. The appropriate color of the horse is then provided. If the horse is black bay, brown, liver chestnut, gruyot, Tobiano, Overo, leopard, blanket, snowflake, or roan, color photographs of all 4 sides need to be submitted with the half Arabian registration application. Lastly, the sire and dam's information is documented in this section. If the parents are registered with another breed association or the Thoroughbred Jockey Club, their registry, name, number, and color are listed here. If the non-Arabian parent is registered with a different registry, please include a copy of their certificate of registration. If the non-Arabian parent is not registered, write grade in the registration number section.
The next two sections are the dam owner at time of foaling and the dam owner at time of breeding. These two sections are to be filled out and signed by the owner of the dam at the time the foal was born and the owner of the dam at the time of breeding. Their contact information and signatures are needed, as well as their AHA membership numbers. The fourth section, which is the recorded owner of sire at time of breeding, is to be filled out by the sire owner at the time the breeding took place. Contact information as well as AHA membership number is needed. The appropriate box next to the type of breeding that has taken place should be checked. If the foal is a result of embryo transfer, this box will also need to be checked. The owner of the sire at the time of the breeding will then sign attesting that the information provided is correct.
On the back side of the half and Anglo registration application is the marking section. The appropriate markings must be drawn as accurately and detailed as possible. If the horse has unique markings or coloring, please include color photos of all four sides. Hoof color must also be marked as dark, partial, or light. If the horse has 1 or 2 blue eyes, that must be marked on the bottom of the page as well. If the foal is being transferred into a new owner's name at the same time as the registration is taking place, the recorded owner of the dam, at the time of foaling, may sign the ownership to the new owner. The sire and dam's information, as well as the foaling date and date of sale, must be provided above the new owner's information. If a transfer of ownership is not taking place, this section may be left blank.
We encourage you to register your foals at a young age. In doing so, you're able to capture the lowest registration fee. It ensures your horse's identity and integrity. Every horse deserves its lineage. We would like to extend our sincere thanks and appreciation to Hope Reigns Arabians and their welcoming staff for opening their beautiful farm to us. Laura and Collier Cronk took time away from training, raising, and breeding their high-quality Arabians to host the Registry Services team in making this video. We couldn't have done it without their help.